Hi girls, it's Miss Madesyn. So we're going to talk a little bit about digital literacy today because I know that you all are spending a lot more time on your phones or your tablets. You're probably using it to watch this right now. And we're going to talk about something that you may have run into before. It's called malvertising. So malvertising sounds like a big word, but it comes from two words. It comes from malware and advertising. And advertising is just when anything's trying to persuade you to buy a product or invest in something or do something. We see them in newspapers and on billboards and on TV and on YouTube all the time, and they're usually pretty harmless. Mal part of malvertising comes from malware, which is actually another term that comes from malicious, which means it's trying to do harm, and software, so anything that runs on your computer like a browser, a game. So putting those together, malvertising is an advertisement that is actually a form of malware that's trying to do harm to your computer. So just so we know the difference, this is what like a normal advertisement usually looks like. It has some kind of offer, it has the company name on it, and you can click on it if you want to, but you can also not click on it. It's not threatening any action and it's not trying to scare you, it's just kind of showing you a product. So this is what some malvertising may look like. This is also what malvertising typically looks like. And this is definitely malvertising. So I'm going to teach you 3 things to remember whenever you're looking at something and you're trying to decide if it's malvertising. So the first thing to look out for, is it scary? Advertisements, unless they're for horror movies, usually aren't scary. Malvertisers will say that your computer has a virus or your computer needs to be scanned. Sometimes they'll say that they have all your computer's data, and if you don't pay them, they won't give it back to you. If anything scary like that pops up, it's always best to go get an adult or whoever owns the computer so that they can deal with it. That's one sure way to tell if something's malvertising. Another way to tell if something's malvertising is if it's saying you've either won something for free or it's trying to give you something for free. So the ad that I showed that said you've won a free iPhone, that's one that I see all the time. That's actually malvertising, and what it's actually going to do is going to lead into our third way to tell. It's going to ask for your address or for credit card information or for a money order, any of those 3 things, and it is almost always malvertising because it's trying to get that information from you. And sometimes it'll actually use that information to do things in your name falsely, such as spend money on a credit card or use your address for other purposes that you wouldn't want it used for. So I'm actually going to challenge you all to go on a little internet scavenger hunt, and I'm going to go on one too. I want you to go to a website that you have approval to be on. Number 1, that's the most important thing, from a parent or guardian or somebody who is older than you and typically watches you while you're on the computer. You need to go on a website that you have permission to be on. And I want you to look at the advertisements. So the first thing you're going to want to do is pick out the advertisements on that website. Then I want you to try to find 3 that you think maybe are a little bit suspicious. And if you can't find 3, then just pick 3 from the website and tell me why you think that they're safe. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to look at a website and I'll take screenshots of some of the advertisements that I think are either safe and aren't safe, and then I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so the first advertisement I came across was on the New York Times, which this is a watch advertisement, and it's also an advertisement to create an account for New York Times. So I'm going to go ahead and say that both of these are safe. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I know the New York Times website. It's a secure website. It is an official website. Lots of people visit it. It's a pretty public website. And the advertisement, though it is kind of on my screen popping up, it's not trying to get me to buy anything or give them any information like that. It's showing me a product and giving me the option to go shop the collection, as it says down there. So this advertisement gets a pass from me. Okay, so this advertisement is one that I really wanted to show you because this is an example of what will happen sometimes. If you see a link that has AddFly, which is right up in the left corner, you can see, don't click it. I never click links from AddFly because it will actually take you to a website that is just full of malicious advertisements, make you wait a little bit, and then skip you over to the website that you were intending to go to. So you can see that I have a button here that says subscribe to continue. This is not true. I know the website I'm trying to get to, and I know that website doesn't require a subscription, so it's actually going to try to get me to give it information. And just because I do have protection on the device that I'm using right now, I'm going to click subscribe just so I can show you an example of what happens whenever these advertisements pop up. Okay, so whenever I clicked it, and I'm using a browser that prevents it from fully locking me out, but when I clicked it, it popped this up, and what actually happens is when you hit done, it will keep going in a loop, so it's going to keep trying to open this pop-up until you hit view events, and when you hit view events, it's just going to take you to your calendar and try to add an event to your calendar. But what's important about this is it attempted to lock me out of my phone. And thankfully I have protection on my phone, so that can't happen. But that's the kind of thing that can happen with these malvertisements. So the AddFly advertisement definitely fails. It is not a safe advertisement. It was intrusive, it popped up, and it actually tried to get me to schedule an event without telling me what the event even was. So it's definitely suspicious, and you should not trust links from AddFly. And just to be 100% sure that you guys know, never ever click links like that just to see what it does. I know how to protect my phone, and my phone is nice and safe. I know they're not going to get any of my information, so that's why I was able to go ahead and click it, but you would not have that security. You guys would not know what it's going to do, so never click links like that just to see. That was just so that I could provide you a safe example with what would happen if you did accidentally click it. But never click links like that, not even just for fun. Okay, so the last advertisement is for a Ffull, and this is from Facebook. This is actually a deceptive advertisement, so it is promising me things that may or may not actually be true. When you go to this website, the 70% off is not actually there. The prices are wrong, so it's deceptive. It's lying to me, but it is just sitting on my Facebook feed, and I'm not forced to click it, and it's not asking me for money or telling me I've won anything or trying to get any personal information. So while it's misleading, it's not malicious. So it's a safe advertisement. It's just not a very trustworthy one. All right, I hope you girls enjoyed our little internet scavenger hunt. I hope that you learned a little bit more about how to stay safe online whenever you're browsing and something may pop up. As always, I tell you this all the time, but if anything ever comes up on your computer that you're unsure about, go get an adult or somebody that will know what to do. You can never be too careful when you are on the internet, especially whenever it's an advertisement like these that I showed. So if you did the scavenger hunt along with me, I would love to see what advertisements you found, and I want to know why you thought they were trustworthy or why you decided that they were untrustworthy. It was really nice getting to show you guys this, and I hope you learned a lot about internet safety. Bye!